In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the Facebook like button and add it to your website on different pages, and show you how to add it as a plugin and as a simple text widget. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how I set up this one here. So what I did was I went to the Facebook developer site, which is at developers.facebook.com, and if you go to developers.facebook.com, I'll just show you what it looks like. When you're here, if you just search for like button, there you go, and on this page here it actually has a little generator that generates the code. So the code this creates is a bit like the HTML code that you get from YouTube when you want to embed a YouTube video. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in the URL to like. So this is the website address. So here I'm going to put in self-assembly sites. I'm going to leave the send button checked. The standard layout, there's another option, button count, and you'll see this refreshes here as you do the different types. So I'm going to leave it as standard for the moment. I'm going to change the width to 250. So you'll notice this gets narrower now. I'll just click away and you can see the update makes it narrower. So this is where you set it if you're putting it into a column, and it's got to be quite narrow so it'll fit in your widgets. It's got this alternative, which is recommend instead of like. You notice that that's longer, so this is pushing this out to the edge of the width that I've given it. So I'm going to leave it as like, and then it's got a different color scheme. So I'm going to leave it as the original. And besides all that, it's got a bunch of different fonts that you can use. I'm just going to leave it as the default. So I click on get code, and this gives me some code here that I can copy. And what I can do with that now is go into WordPress. This is just a basic widget. If you go to widgets in the dashboard, and then you go to text, and you drag the text widget up there, you can paste in any HTML you like here. There we go. So that's saved, and if I go back out to the home page of the test server here, you can see here's the second one I added, and I made this one a little bit narrower than the first one, so you can see there it is. So that's how easy it is to manually add that. Now, of course, being WordPress, there's a bunch of easier ways to do this, and the easiest way is to find a plugin that you like. And there are a lot of different plugins that do this, so the hardest part is going to be to pick the plugin that you prefer. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to go to plugins and to add new, and here I'm just going to click on Facebook, and you can see here there's a lot of different Facebook plugins, in fact 418. So this one here, I'm just going to look at the details. The very top one is Facebook, Twitter, +1, and share buttons. When I'm looking at these plugins and I'm trying to figure out if this is the one for me, the thing I look for first is screenshots. If you're a plugin author, it's something I recommend you always add to your plugins is take some screenshots. The other thing I'm looking at is if there's a rating. There's a 4-star rating based on 4, so it's only been rated 4 times, so it's not like it's been rated hundreds of times, but it has been downloaded 2,000 times, and it was last updated very recently, and it does have compatibility up to the latest version of WordPress. So those are all the things I'm looking at, and I'm just going to click on the screenshots, and here's the share button. Unfortunately this is in Chinese, which I can't read, but those examples look like something that we want to add. And there's the +1 button. So obviously this is the new window that pops up when this button is clicked each time. So that looks like something that we want to add. So I'm going to install now, and then activate. It doesn't look like it adds any settings. It looks like it just automatically adds the share icons. Okay, so I'm going to look at the blog, because this plugin only displays on blog posts. And if we actually look at the individual blog post, we'll see here's the share, tweet and +1 icons. So this plugin will only add these social icons to blog posts themselves, not to normal pages, and not even to the blog listing page. So they only add it to blog posts. So it is a very, very simple plugin, but it does what you need. So that might work for you, that plugin. If that plugin doesn't work for you, there's plenty others available. So I'm going to deactivate that one. Go to add new again and click on Facebook. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scroll down. I'm looking for the Facebook like button. So I don't see it there on the home page, so I'm just going to search Facebook like. And the Facebook like button plugin. So I'm just going to click the details for this one, and this one has 12,000 downloads. It's only been rated twice, so the rating doesn't really matter all that much, and it's compatible up to 3.2.1. I'm just going to take a look at the screenshot. So it's got some options for Facebook login. I don't know why it needs those. It doesn't necessarily need those to work. And then it just shows what it's like on the page after the post and before the post. Actually, that one is in the post using a shortcode. So okay, this one looks like it might work, so let's click install and activate. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on settings just to see what kind of settings it has. Here's a Facebook login. I don't need to add that. Display options of standard or custom. Let's just see what the custom looks like. You can add your own different image. That's pretty cool. And before and after, before on its own, and shortcode. So let's just see shortcode. It gives you a shortcode there. You can copy and paste that into the actual code of your post and it'll show the button wherever you've added that. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to set it to before and after and see what happens. So if we go to the blog post, we just hit refresh, we'll see, here we go, before and after, and like button, just click on that. So if I was logged in here, that would then give me the option to like the page. Okay, so let's see what other options there are available. I'm going to go to plugins again, and I'm going to deactivate this plugin. And again, I'm going to go to add new. And I go to search for Facebook like. So this is another simple Facebook like button. This one's been downloaded 25,000 times and hasn't been officially tested with 3.2.1. So let's try it out here and see. So I'm going to just check out the screenshots to see what options it has. Display on pages, display on the home page, display on single blog post pages, and then here's some other options with width and size. So these are pretty much the same options that you get on the Facebook developer page. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to install this one and activate. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to check out the settings. So I'm going to say display the button on pages, display on the home page, and on single posts. Tell it to put it at the top. You don't need to have a Facebook application ID, but if you click on this, it'll tell you all about that. There is an option to use Facebook XFBML. It's going to be on the scope of this video, but it's interesting what you can do with that stuff. But just for now, I'm going to keep this nice and simple. It's given me size, so maximum height and width that you want it to be. I'll leave that as it is, and then show faces, and there's a preview. You can change the font here and add the count, all that kind of stuff. So let's just save those changes and go back out and refresh this page. So remember that these ones over here on the right hand side are the ones that I added via the widget. That's the manual code. And then this one over here is the one that I've just added with the plugin right now. So that's very simple. It's given some empty space around because I gave it quite a large area, 450 by 130, so we could make that a bit smaller, make that say 200 width, make that 60 height, and refresh, and then just refresh this. And you can see it takes up less space. Because this is on our development blog, it doesn't have a count, so it doesn't show how many likes it's got already. You notice that these ones do have a count, and that's because I manually set the code to our homepage. So if I go in and just show you the like button here, I have URL to like, and I put in our homepage, and that's why this one is showing a number here. Whereas if you look at this one, it doesn't have a number, because the code behind the scenes is automatically picking up whatever page it's on. So that's something else that I'll talk about in a different video, but the like button either will apply to your home page or to the page that it's on, depending on how you set it up. Okay, so that's all there is to adding your like button. It's exactly the same for Google Plus One. You go in, you look for a good plugin, you add it, and you try it out. See if it suits you. If you have any problems while you're adding this, please ask questions on the forum, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. And we'll add some links to the plugins that we've used here underneath this video so that you can check them out directly. Okay, thanks for watching.